James Fortin was a African American veteran of the Revolutionary War. He wrote in 1813 what he believed was the rights for African Americans in the United States, because obviously at that time there was no equal rights. So these are the words of James Fortin. Those patriotic citizens who, after resting from the toils of an arduous war, which achieved our independence and laid the foundation of the only reasonable republic upon earth, associated together and for the protection of those inestimable rights, for the establishment which they had exhausted their blood and treasure, framed the Constitution of Pennsylvania, have by the 9th article declared that all men are born equally free and independent, and have certain inherent and indefensible rights, among which are those of enjoying life and liberty. Under the restraint of wise and well-administered laws, we cordially united in the above glorious sentiment. But by the bill upon which we have been remarking, it appears as if the committee who drew it up mistook the sentiments expressed in this article, and do not consider as us men, or that those enlightened statesmen who formed the Constitution upon the basis of experience intended to exclude us from its blessing and protection. If the former, why are we not to be considered as men? Has the God who made the white man and the black left any record declaring us different species? Are we not sustained by the same power, supported by the same food, hurt by the same wound, pleased with the same delights, and propagated by the same means? And should we not enjoy the same liberty and be protected by the same law? We would wish not to legislate, for our means of information and the acquisition of knowledge are in the nature of things so circumscribed that we must consider ourselves incompetent to the task. But let us in legislation be considered men. It seems almost incredible that the advocates of liberty, which should conceive the idea of selling a few fellow creatures to slavery, it is like the heroes of Viva la Republic, while the decapitated nun was precipitate into general reservoir of death, and the palpitating embryo decorated the point of the bayonet. Yea, who should be our protectors, do not destroy. We will cheerfully submit to the laws and aid in bringing offenders against them of every color to justice. But do not let the law operate so severely, degradingly, so unjustly against us alone. Let us put a case in which the law in question operates peculiarly hard and unjust. I have a brother, perhaps, who resides in a distant part of the Union, and after a separation of years exaggerated the same fraternal affection which beats in the bosom of white man. He comes to visit me. Unless that brother be registered in 24 hours after and be able to produce a certificate to that effect, he is liable, according to the 2nd and 3rd sections of the bill, to a fine of $20, arrest, imprisonment, and sale as a piece of property. Let the unprejudiced mind ponder upon this and then produce it to the unjustifiable act of a free people, if he can. To this we must trust our cause without fear of the issue. The unprejudiced must pronounce any act tending to deprive a free man of his rights, freedom, and immunities as not only cruel and extreme, but decidedly unconstitutional, both as regards the letter and spirit of that glorious instrument. The same power which protects the white man should protect the black man. Wow. That sounds like Black Lives Matter. Absolutely. So, talking about true equality. So food for thought there. Thank you, James Fortin. Thank you for your service, James Fortin, certainly.